Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, quite often, a lot of the people who listen to my videos are part of my Facebook group. They will either text me or PM me or bring videos of other people that are out there on YouTube talking about the dinar. And before, I would just respond in videos. And after a while, it went from being entertaining to just, it's boring. Look, the truth of the matter is, and there are several people out there talking about the Iraqi dinar, talking about when the rate change is going to happen. People claiming to have all kinds of special insider information. It's just BS, you guys. These people don't have any insider information. Nobody does. Having that kind of information and leaking it to somebody, it's actually the death penalty over there. Absolutely is. So why the hell would anybody risk such a thing? Why would anybody risk their lives over something so stupid? Now, it's not stupid to us because, of course, you want the rate to change and you're hoping it's a nice size rate. But what I'm talking about is this. If this is my job and I know when the rate change is going to happen, and if I let other people know, it could cost me my life, why the hell would I risk it? Not to mention the other 900 things I listed of what it is we need to look for, what it is that Iraq needs to do, and why it is that all these things about redemption centers and 800 numbers and back screens and people on standby, tier 1, tier 2, all of that is just bullcrap. Played it out. I've done plenty of videos about those, you guys. Feel free to go through and find them if you're a newbie here. Now, I used to get a kick out of responding to people and going back and forth and bannering, especially when it came to Jeff. But I had one of my subscribers reach out to me, who's a Christian person, and was saying that they felt really hurt that the two of us were fighting. And the truth of the matter was, there's no reason for it. Look, Jeff can have his own opinion. That's his own business. It's just, unfortunately, what he was doing was attacking me. And so, not that it was a big deal. Jeff's not a threat at all. But it allowed me an opportunity to go back and forth with him. It was funny for a little bit. I just stopped. But every now and then, somebody will send me videos about him, asking me my opinion on stuff. And so, recently I was participating in a chat, and somebody said, protests aren't real. And I said, what are you talking about? They're like, no, it's not real. It's all fake. The news is fake over there. They're just doing that to throw us off. I was like, oh God, some so-called guru is telling these people this. And I said, well, where are you hearing this from? Where do you hear that the news is fake? Where is this coming from? And sure enough, the person said, no, Jeff said it's fake. And I go, oh man, see. And then other people got in on a conversation and they were like, no, Jeff said it's fake. And I said, well, fine, then it's fake. Then they send me the videos. I go, can you please, if it's not fake and you don't think it's fake, can you give us your own opinion? I said, I don't have to look at the videos. I already know that the protests are not fake. They said, please look at the videos and respond. So here I go again, you guys. Let's just take a look at the information that Jeff is sharing. It could just be Jeff's opinion. That doesn't mean we're going to be accurate all the time. I share opinions. They're not accurate. We do the best that we can. But let's take a look at the videos that were sent to me and then go ahead and respond to them real quick. Before we get started, though, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, now is the time to buy the shine. That's right. Go to our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Okay, so here's the first video. And I mean, if you just, I'm trying to find a way not to be all smart-assy about this. but sometimes it's hard not to. Okay, so let's just hear what Jeff's got to say. Let's just chime in on what Jeff is saying. Maybe he's just expressing his opinion on something. Let's listen.
Guys, I want to share something interesting with you. You hear me keep telling you that most of this political news is just all BS. Okay?
Okay, so I said, okay, well, there's no doubt. It's Jeff telling people that the political stuff is BS. So let's hear why Jeff thinks so.
I want to show you something ironic. Okay, just this is going to get your thinkers and gears turning, Cyril.
I wish he would have got his thinkers and gears turning, and he would have thought this through before he made this video.
Let's read this first article. Actually, you know what? Let's walk backwards. Backwards. We're going to walk backwards in this. So this is an article I showed you guys today. It said today that they stormed the Green Zone and Parliament today. Okay, in this article right here, look at the date, 8/1/2022. Okay, the Sonorous movement expands the circle of demonstrations, all but in one governance. So they're saying today that they stormed Parliament and that they were in the Green Zone and all that. Okay, next article, we're going to walk backwards. Next article here is it says the sit-ins in Parliament issue the first statement. We hold a session to choose Al Sadr as the country's. Now look at the date on this one, 7/31. They tell you that they're still having sit-ins in Parliament. Okay, that would have been Sunday. Now here's one from Saturday. They're telling you right here, demonstrators announce an open sit-in inside Parliament. So they're saying that they occupied Parliament and the Green Zone 3 days in a row. Today, Sunday, and Saturday.
So far, we all agree, according to the news article that Jeff's showing us, that this says what? That they are what? Occupying the Parliament and the Green Zone. So far, so good.
Now, follow me here. So you got all that.
I'm trying.
Look at this article right here. Dozens of supporters of the leader Sonorous movement, Muqtada Sadr, flocked this evening, Friday. This article and the date on it is 7/29, but it references in the top green highlight, flocked this evening, Friday, to Tahrir Square in the center of the capital, Baghdad. Now, let's look at the green highlights. Below that, the security forces rushed to put concrete blocks at the beginning of the Jumeirah Bridge to prevent the demonstrators from crossing into the Green Zone. So they're telling you that they put concrete blocks up like barricades to prevent demonstrators from crossing into the Green Zone. All right? It says security forces also cut 3 other bridges, Al Sanak, Al Rar, and Al Shahada.
So far, so good.
Bridges that separate the two sides of Baghdad, Kark, and Rusafa. So they're telling you they had security forces, concrete barricades, and everything. All right?
All right.
So with them having barricades and security forces in place, probably by Saturday, how are they able to have sit-ins in Parliament for 3 and storm into the Green Zone? How are they able to storm into the Green Zone and to jump into and storm and raid the Parliament building 3 days in a row? Saturday, July 30th. 7/31, Sunday, and today. How is all this possible with this? Anyway, I just wanted to show this to you guys. This just has my gears turning. I keep telling you guys this news is BS, okay? And I still believe it is BS. I don't believe any of this news, okay? Because...
What do you mean, how do you storm the Green Zone and the Parliament 3 consecutive days? First of all, they attempted on a Wednesday. They went back. Then they were successful their next attempt. They never left Parliament. They didn't storm it 3 consecutive days. They stayed in Parliament. As a matter of fact, they're still there. Sadr's asked them to leave the institution that they're in, the Parliament, and sit outside. He also told them to start organizing so that they can rotate people in and out so that there's at least a group of people there at all times. Also, keep in mind there are two sets of people here, Jeff, not one. There's a group of protesters who support solder. They are in parliament. They also try to take over the Supreme Judicial Courts. They were not successful. The second group of people are those who support the coordinating framework. They are in the green zone. Solder's people did try to go into the green zone in the whole 9 yards. They were there first. When they didn't succeed and they came back the next time, they were met with Maliki supporters. So Solder's people got control of the parliament, tried to get a hold of the courts. That's where they were. Maliki's people were protesting in the green zone. Yes, they put up cement blocks, but in case you didn't get to that part of the reading on the news, they tore them down like they do all the time. It's not complicated, my friend. If you got hundreds or even thousands of people there, it's really simple to remove some blocks. So I think you're confused about the days here. It's not like they went to storm the parliament, went home, came back the next day, stormed it again, went home, came back the third day. That's not what they did. They attempted once, failed. They attempted a second time, they were successful. And they've been in parliament ever since. So they haven't left parliament. They tried to get the Supreme Court, couldn't get it. That's Solder's people. The coordinating framework's supporters are in the green zone. And if I'm not mistaken, have already since left after they were given orders to go back home. So I don't believe they're in the green zone right now. But let's continue.
They don't. This news does not jive. I can't believe this. Anyway, I just wanted to show this to you guys. Okay, I can't swallow this. This has BS written all over it to me.
Well, because I think you're misunderstanding what's going on. So it might appear as BS, but it's not. The protests happened. I just told you. You're asking how did they storm the parliament in 3 consecutive days? They didn't. Once they got in there, they stayed. So you're either not reading the news all the way, Jeff, or you're misunderstanding what you're reading, my friend. Okay? So it's not BS. The protests are there. They're happening.
I'd just like to raise a valid point to you guys and show you how uninformed most of this dinar community is, on top of all these other magical gurus that most people choose to listen to.
It's interesting you use the terms magical. I'm trying to think of what other so-called guru out there uses the term magical.
Okay, here's proof that most gurus don't have a real clue as to what the heck's going on.
All right, so Jeff's going to supply all of us with hands-down proof that people don't know what they're talking about. Let's chime in.
And that Iraq's news, especially the political news, is misleading bullcrap. Let's get into this. Okay? This right here is where most gurus get their information from, searching for dinar. This is the latest article that just came out. Solderists gather in Tahrir Square in central Baghdad. Okay? Let's search this event.
So you can see the article is actually dated July 27th, 2022. Let's just get that out there so that we can use it as a reference point.
Protesting, solderists, Baghdad. Let's search all of this crap. Let's see if this is even true because, guys, this is where all those other gurus that everybody chooses to follow, this is where they get their information from. So let's see how truthful, accurate, and knowledgeable these other gurus, on top of searching for dinar, let's see how credible.
Okay, first of all, searching for dinar, all they do is take the links from other articles and put them in one location, making it simple for people to get the news. So it's not like these people are personally making up the articles, all right? They get the information where they find it and they bring it over to one location. So it's not like they're making the news up.
They are. Okay, I don't need to bash and attack. I'm just proving a point to you. Okay? Let's check this out. So right here, I search.
Okay, wait, real quick. What the hell are you in? Is this Twitter? Twitter. Okay, so we're going to Twitter for some reason. Let's check it out.
For Iraq protesters storm the green zone.
Okay.
Let's see what we get.
Let's see.
Okay. Where's this from? Well, the earliest article that came up is from 2019. Absolutely. I'll even put the year 2022 in just to reduce our search filter. Well, absolutely nothing. Let's try to bring in the
So you're on Twitter and you did a search for protests in the green zone. Okay.
solderous side of this real quick. So right here, solderous gather Tahrir Square, Central Baghdad. Let's search based on this. Okay. I'll search under the exact heading of the title. Well, looks like it's a bunch of bullcrap to me. Looks like somebody's not telling the truth here.
Wait, did you literally just go onto Twitter to try to validate news articles? So you did a search on Twitter. That's your resource, my friend? You went onto Twitter to find news about protests. Wow. Okay. Hopefully you go somewhere else.
Okay? Guys, most of Iraq's news is bullcrap. If any of this was truthful, again, Iraq can't tell you the truth about their political news. They're lying to you left and right.
Look, I'm not saying the media is 100% fail-proof. We all know they're full of crap. And I'm not saying governments are truthful, but to say that all of their news and all of their views on politics is a lie? Oh, okay, let's roll with it. Where you going with this, Jeff?
Okay? I just proved that to you, but I want you to pay close attention.
No, 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 you did not prove anything. You went on to freaking Twitter to find information on protests, and I'm not sure how that validates that there's no news.
Because searching for dinar does not know how to vet their news, and all of the gurus that reference news directly from searching from dinar, they don't know how to vet their information either.
Wow.
All that I do.
Okay, just so you're aware, we just witnessed Jeff's method of how he looks for news. I just want to point that out. This is a website that condenses all the news out there about Iraq. They usually leave the link down below, so you click it, which I was seeing if Jeff was going to scroll down because all you had to do was click the link, as a matter of fact. Okay, so let's do this. See this article, see the picture, solderous gather in the square. You can see the guy with the blue outfit here. Let's double check the work of Jeff. Search for dinar, like I said, usually goes around to other news sources and then just brings it all here. That's all they do. They don't actually write the articles that I'm aware of. So you can see this is the same exact article that Jeff is referencing to. Usually on this website, they leave the links where they get the news from at the very bottom of the page. So you too can go and look up the article. Well, lo and behold, you see Jeff's going to Twitter. Why the hell are you going to Twitter, Jeff? Here's the article right here. Earth News, just like the article referenced to. Earth News, dozens of followers of solderous movements. It's the same article right here. Why would you go to Twitter? You said you couldn't find any news on the protest, Jeff? Are you serious? Well, Iraq political chaos. Why did protesters storm the parliament? When was this? July 28th, 2022. You didn't look very hard, Jeff. Iraq crisis simmers as protesters shut down parliament. This is August 2nd, 2022. Here's more information on the protest. So, when you watch the video, you see Jeff, and he does this a lot of times to mislead people on purpose so that he can say, look, we got the real news. Nobody else does. And then he has the audacity to attack other gurus claiming that they didn't know how to do the research. They don't know how to vet things. But then you show us a demonstration of some of the worst piss poor I've ever seen. You literally went to Twitter and tried to look up information about the Iraqi protests when all you had to do was go Google it. Iraqi protests 2 days ago Solder supporters occupy parliament. Indifferences, confusion, voices beyond the Iraq protests. Could Iraq slide into a civil war? Infighting prompts protests. What are the ramifications of the Iraqi protests? I mean, there are tons and tons of articles, not just from over there in Iraq, but here in the United States, and articles from overseas. So, what are you saying, that all these guys are just lying? I guess that's what Jeff is trying to say. So, yeah, in this case, I did want to respond to this video. He really tried a little slick sleight of hand, going, hey, look, you could put this title in, you can't find it anywhere. Well, Jeff, you're in Twitter. Okay. When you know, he knows this, search for dinar, all they do is bring articles from other locations and then they credit them. All of them have the dang links, Jeff. Why would you challenge the credibility of search for dinar? They're not writing the articles themselves. They're just reposting most of them. And then they tell you where the information is from. All you had to do is go to the bottom of the article and hit the link, and you would have found the news article. It's not BS, it's not made up. Most dinar gurus do come here and read the news. Most people tune in to listen to us because they just want our opinion on it. I do understand there are a lot of people out there promising that they have inside information, promising that they got special handshake, pixie dust decoder ring wearing people that tell them the truth that nobody else has. By now, we all know it's bullshit. There's no tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There's no back screens. There's no redemption centers. There's no 800 numbers. There's no military intel. All that is just crap. I said this before and I said it again. If these people actually had intel, then they need to get rid of it because it hasn't been accurate in like 15 damn years, okay? But for you to go through the video and try to act like, oh, search for dinar is fake. Let's challenge their credibility and let's talk crap about all the other dinar gurus out there. Look, they don't do the research. I'm the #1 researcher. Man, Jeff, for years I've been destroying you in videos. Destroying you when it comes to your research and stuff. You just lie, Jeff, just to get people to your Patreon group. Hey, more power to you, man. I'm a capitalist kind of person. If that's what you need to do, my thing is just don't lie about it. Just tell people you want them to go to your Patreon group. I got my own website. I'll tell people to go there, but I don't have to fabricate a story up to try to get people to go over there. So next time, Jeff, well, you know what? Let me try a different approach because maybe I'm going about this all wrong. Maybe, Jeff, you don't know any better, so let me help you out. As a person who believes that we should get out as much information as possible, let me help you help those who follow you, okay? Instead of going to Twitter, you twit, to look up information on Iraqi protests, why don't you go to the damn news? Just go to Google. Put in Iraq protests. There's articles after articles after articles. And it's not just from the Middle East. It's not just from Iraq. You have the Washington Post right here talking about the protests. PBS, Jerusalem Post, ABC, Yahoo News. I mean, come on, Jeff. You make this too simple for me all the time. So, once again, people out there, especially those I was chatting with, the news is not BS. The news is not always BS. Let's put it that way, all right? So, when they're talking about the protests and stuff, they're there. The protest is happening. It happened in 2019, if you remember, and it caused a resignation of the prime minister that was there before Al-Kadhimi got into power. So, no, the news is not bullshit. No, Jeff don't know his butt from a hole in the ground. And if you could not pick up on what he tried to do, then you should probably stick with Jeff. Look, I tell everybody to go listen to everybody else out there. You'll start to figure out who is full of crap and who's not. All right, not that I want to come on or pick on Jeff. I haven't done it in a while, but seriously, when I saw what he was doing, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So pay attention to it closely. You don't go on Twitter looking for protest news. Don't get me wrong, it's probably on there. He's just doing it all wrong. Anyways, I wanted to come through and just highlight that. There's a little bit of this video left. Let's see what else Jeff has to say. This ought to be good.
I know how to vet the news perfectly. I know where the truth is in.
Wow, that didn't age well now, did it? Let's back up and hear that again. He knows how to vet the news well. Okay, well, let's see.
Brett can't tell you the truth about their political news. They're lying to you left and right.
Did Jeff ever say why the hell they were lying about their political news, or just pull that out of his butt?
Searching for Dinar does not know how to vet their news, and all of the gurus that reference news directly from searching from Dinar, they don't know how to vet their information either.
Yeah, like I said, that didn't age well. Oh my God. You know, it's there's so much I could say right here at this moment. Seriously, there is. But sometimes people say stuff or do stuff where words are not even needed. I mean, seriously, he just made a complete fool of himself. He's going around accusing Search for Dinar and other so-called gurus of not vetting their news well, and then we just saw what his resource was for news, Twitter. Then you see me just jump on real quick to Google, throw on their Iraqi protest, and bam, there's article after article after article. And he has the audacity to say that other people don't know how to vet their news? Wow.
All that I do, I know how to vet the news perfectly. I know where the truth is in this. I know exactly what we're looking for. It's up to you if you want to join us on Searching for Dinar, guys, because as you see right now, very few gurus know the real truth in this is what's happening, because again, most of them reference Searching for Dinar for news. But as you see, I've just proven to you from many scenarios today, all this news, very little of it is truthful and accurate. If you want the truth, consider joining us on Patreon, guys. Anyway, point made though. It's worth your time to search this on
Twitter. Jeff, you're on Twitter. Look, I'm helping you, my brother. All right. Look. Instead of sitting here bashing you for 2 hours on video because it'd be easy to do, let me help you help your people. All right. Let me help you help your people. Jeff, don't go on Twitter to look for news. There's news articles there. Don't get me wrong, but I just did it so easy. The article that you're looking for on Twitter that you can't find, all you had to do is go right down below and click the link. How hard was that? It was so easy to do. Come on, Jeff, man. I'm trying to help you out, my brother. I'm trying to help you out. Anyways, you guys, look, I get videos all the time sent to me about other gurus. Look, everybody's got their own opinion, and I get it. There's a lot of them out there telling you stories, and there's a lot of them out there that's full of crap. They need to do what they need to do, and that's on them. I told you this is the grounded channel. We're not going to blow smoke up your butt. But this here was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And that says a whole lot. Well, one of the most ridiculous things, because there's a whole list of them coming from Jeff by himself. So there you have it. You sit back and you've watched the video. You make the judgment call yourself. You saw his resource for his news and how he goes about vetting his news. And you saw what I did. And you tell me which one is way more accurate than the other one. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate it. That's it for now. I will catch you later. I am out.